What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? World peace. Hasta luego. No, I'm playing. Come back. It's D Culiate, and we back at it again for another episode. And I got my playing partner, hilarious Darius. What's up? How was that introduction?
It was a little. The intro felt like it was two-stepping, but we definitely got through it though. It was good. I liked it.
Listen, I got a wedding coming up this week, so I'm trying to get my theatrical performance right because I know I'm gonna be in front of a lot of people and we gotta still keep that distance. So I'm gonna be like, hey guys, how are y'all doing? It's gonna be a lot of that going on. But glad to be here again, brother.
Likewise.
How's your week been, bro? Everything been well?
Yeah, man, week's been well. Can't complain. Just been keeping my ear to the streets, trying to find things we could talk about on the show. But I can't complain. I mean, I ain't got nothing to. What if I just got on here, just started just complaining about everything in my life, just on this?
And this show would be way too long, and it won't be called the D&D experience. It'll be called the D complaining experience. That's what it'll be called.
Suggestion box. This is what this.
Suggestion box. Exactly, bro. We ain't got time for that. But my week, sir, has been stressful.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Listen, I had midterms, and listen, as I get older, being in school is an uphill battle. I ain't gonna lie. They got young people deadlines. They want assignments turned in on Thursday night. Like, I gotta go to work on Friday. I gotta be at work Friday at 9 a.m. You want a Thursday night deadline? I gotta go to bed. There's been a lot of that going on. Listen, I had a paper that was due, and I ain't gonna lie, I procrastinated, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking this paper was gonna be easy until I looked at the paper. This paper was like, psych, I'm hard. What's up? The paper had a fight. It had a reason, it had a why to kick my butt. And it did. I had to read 3 stories. Each story was about 10 to 12 pages. And I had to write a compare and contrast on each little story. Now listen, this paper stressed me out, Darius. All right. I was so stressed out. I thought about going back in time and telling my daddy, protect yourself. Where's the Trojans? Put that Trojan on. You don't need me. There's a paper coming up in 30 years, and I ain't ready for it. The paper was so tough, man. I thought about the day that I met you, right? I was like, if I can go back in time and tell hilarious Darius, listen, I know it's 2011, but I got a paper due in 10 years, and I ain't gonna know how to prepare for it. We can't be friends. Listen, I wish I would have known about that paper that back then, because I would have made adjustments so I would avoid procrastinating like I did this time. But all jokes aside, the paper got submitted. I proofread it. I slept with the paper side by side, chest to chest with the paper, and I got it submitted. So that was my week. And a lot of people have been out here talking trash about your boy. Talking about he MIA. He ain't nowhere to be found. Listen, the paper's done and I'm out, baby. I'm out on bail, fresh out of jail, baby. What's up now? California living, baby.
California love.
I got Pac energy today, bro. I got Pac energy. I'm sorry.
Well, they talked about you while you was locked up, so I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's such a procrastinator. I got a lot of names being called. He don't want that degree. He waiting to the last minute to get that paper done. Now I'm out, baby. My paper's submitted and I'm feeling good. What's up now? All right. All the naysayers out there. I want smoke.
Sound like your paper was from the streets. Your paper had a rap sheet. Your paper had a criminal history. You know how many people I took out with this criteria alone? I got bodies under my belt. That's the paper. You know how many students? You know how many students I made drop out of college?
Right? That's the paper. That's what the paper told me. Paper was all like, listen, you know what you're getting into? I didn't know, but the paper definitely was a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? The paper had a blue belt. I ain't know. Paper been taking karate for 2 years. I'm a white belt. The paper a blue belt. I ain't know what I was getting into.
Paper sound like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body.
Body broke. I was in jail. They was talking about me. Man, I was in this room working on that paper, man. My phone was blowing up. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I was still an Android user because they can see me looking at the messages. Oh, he seen me. He missing out on his skating. We going to the skating rink tonight. He missing out. He's a lame. He's trying to get an education. Oh, they talked about me bad, Darius. They talked about me bad. I ain't never heard of a soft deadline. I didn't talk about me bad. They talked about me real bad. It is only midterm, but I got it done. All right. Keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying.
Keep that same energy.
That same energy. All these naysayers out here. He don't never want to hang out with us. Keep that energy.
It's funny because I've been your friend long enough that I know this is how you get. Deontay does this thing where he just disappears around like finals time, midterm time. But that's because you have to focus. Like your classes that you take aren't really easy classes. So it's always funny because I remember when early in our friendship, I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, where is he? Like, did I owe him money? Do we want my stimmy? What's going on? Right. So, but now it's to the point to where I literally know, depending on what semester it is, which week I can expect to like not hear from me. Right. So I knew this is a week. I was like, but it's funny though, because it gets progressively like the measures you take to not get distracted increase every day. Right. So like early in the week, you calling, you making jokes. Middle of the week, you texting, you're not texting as funny. Like you're texting like open mic level. Some hit, some don't. And then what's funny is like toward the end of the week, you just stop answering the phone. Like your phone is like turned off. It goes straight to voicemail to the point to where it's like, okay, do I need to file a missing person report? Like this
is not normal.
This paper to put my homeboy 6 feet deep.
The paper was Jody's stepdaddy and baby boy. That's how the paper had me. It had me like this. Jody would slap me on the head. I was like, hey, man.
He said that GPA is my woman. That's my woman.
My woman. Hey, all right. You want to kick me out too? You want to kick me out of school too, huh? Oh, I'm telling you. Listen, man. Shout out to all these undergrad students, these grad students, these people who out here working hard to get stuff, and you gotta detach yourself from your society just to get some stuff done. I know I'm not the only one out here, so if you out here watching the show and you know how I'm feeling, drop something in the comments. Tell us about the time you had to tell your mama, I'm gonna call you back. Tell us about the time you told your sister, I ain't picking you up from volleyball practice. I got stuff to do. I got dreams to chase. So we just out here trying to dream chase, man. And you know, I just shook things up, had to go straight. You know what I'm saying? Had to blend in with the word. I was wearing a brown outfit and I was standing next to a tree working on my paper. That's what I was doing. I can see y'all, so but I don't want to see y'all.
So nobody would see you.
That's right. I saw y'all, but I didn't want to be seen. I'm in here.
Oh, that's funny, bro. That's funny. Well, it's glad to have you back. You've been out of commission for, a week or so, however long.
Just a week or so.
Yeah. But, we here today. Got another episode for the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, so you said something about stimmies.
Yes.
You using that's 2021 slang right there.
Yes, sir.
If you would have said that word 5 years ago, they would have been like, "What's a stimmy?" So, I kind of want to talk about that, bro, because it's relevant right now. It's stimmy season again. You can smell it in the air. All right, people out here shopping, and then shopping some more. All right,
people be shopping.
They going above and beyond with this new one, man. I seen somebody go into a Poke Joe's barbecue shack and literally tell them, I'll pay for the secret recipe. I'll pay for it. I want to make this at the house. I got enough money. How much for it? I seen somebody go into Applebee's, sir. He walked into Applebee's and told his server, how much would it cost for y'all to make me some omelets in the back? I need some omelets.
Sound like you. This sound like this.
He had his stimmy. He was like, I'm gonna pay you out. He paid the server out and he paid the cook. Yeah, I thought he was a head chef, but he was a cook. Paid him in the back, said, make me some eggs. They's like, sir, we don't make that here. He said, I don't care. I want it here. I want it now. My stimmy's in town. All right. They've treating stimmies like it's a fine breezy from out of state. My girl in town, my stimmy. It's time to ball. Time to tear down the mall. So what has been your interaction with these stimmy show outy people?
For me, what's been interesting is everybody asking for updates on whether or not you got yours, right? Like I said in the last episode, I lie about money. So if you ask me, I'm never getting my stimulus. Like it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be like, I still ain't got it. What account did they send it to? I'm gonna have to call Biden. Like it's gonna get to I'm gonna really sell. I think I'm like, all right, we know you lying. Like we we know you lying. But I think everybody doing the updates gets kind of weird because it just feels like everybody's like pocket watching. And they're like, hey, did you get it? Did you your family get it? Did your
Right.
boss get it? Did you? It's like, oh my gosh. And then what I find funny is always like the first purchase that people get when that stimulus money hits. I don't know, man. Like I went to the mall yesterday. I saw way too many people at the mall on a Sunday. I'm like, this place closed at 6. Why is this so turned up right here? They couldn't wait to get the money away. And I was just like, all right, well, I mean, I get it, but but like you said, people making crazy demands.
Listen,
They asking for secret sauce. They asking for the Krabby Patty recipe. They going above and beyond.
listen, I can go on record. I ain't gonna talk about no stimmy stuff because we ain't here to talk about that. But it is like tax season. And
Yeah.
I know about that. I know about tax season now. I remember coming up, and I remember tax season was kind of a holiday. Right? it was Christmas in March. That's what it was. so listen. It was this one time, man, where like my mom, man, queen of tax season, man. We was coming up, man. She used to, she did the claiming. You know what I'm saying? I'm claiming you. She almost claimed our poodle. Poodle on there. I take care of him. He don't pay no bills. He was trying to claim everybody. If you was in the house, you almost got claimed. I was at a Kirk Franklin moment. My bad. Okay. If you was in the house, you was getting claimed.
That was funny. Oh, that was funny.
Okay. So
that was funny.
All I'm saying is that my mom used to make it a whole event. So she would get to the point where she would get her income tax, and she would like secretly hit, knock on my door. Hey D, how you doing? It's here. Oh, it's here. What you want to eat? That's the first thing we used to do when we got some money. We'll go eat. We'll go to Rudy's. I'm talking about barbecue stacked up to your nose. One plate just full of one. I had a plate just full of what you call it? Potato salad. Yeah. Stacked up right here. Just one plate. You know what I'm saying? And we would just eat good, man. We'll go to restaurants. We'll get an appetizer, side salad, entree, and dessert, and tip the server really well. Here you go. Keep up the good work, man. Yeah, they used to call my mom by her first name and last name. How you doing? Yeah. Many blessings, see. Many blessings. A lot of that going on. A lot of bowing. We had a burger shack. Why they bowing at us? They changing cultures for us. So that's how it was for us going to restaurants on that first purchase. They just knew who my mom was. So I definitely remember that as far as like first purchases, man. So
what's the biggest flex y'all ever did during a tax season?
Oh my goodness.
What's your most memorable? Yeah.
Yo, it had to deal with food again, but it had to be like this one time, like we went and bought like a whole bunch of Chinese food, and I think we did some shopping, bought like some clothes. Hold on, my bad, bro.
Yeah, take your photo, please. It sounds like people asking for your stimmy.
Yeah, I know, right? Did it come in yet? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, my phone's on silent. So biggest purchase. Well, biggest thing I can remember, man. Like, okay. All right. I ain't gonna lie. Biggest purchase, probably my 1998 Toyota Corolla. My mama
Mm.
got that for me.
I remember that
Um,
year. That was
yeah,
because she pulled this is my version of the story. Was it? Did she tell you at the school?
yeah.
Because we were walking around the campus, and your mama swang up, swang up on us, and she called us, rolled that passenger window down. She goes, "How you doing, son?" He was like, "Hey, what's up, mama?" You and your mama show each other a lot of love when y'all see each other. Like, what's up, mama? She's like, "What's up, son?" It's a lot of that, right?
A lot of that. A
And I
lot of.
think she was like, I don't know if she had got the car or she was about to get the car, but it was the decision was made in that moment. Like, you know what? You ain't gonna be walking no more after this
Yeah,
conversation.
when I tell you that's that's a life changing transition. Like, listen, you ain't gonna be walking no more after this conversation. I'm about to make a purchase that's gonna change your life forever. That changed my life forever. It was almost as important as the first time I learned how to walk. Right. I learned how to walk in 9 months. I ain't never stopped walking since. I said, hey, I'll never crawl nowhere. I know how to walk. Same thing with the car. As soon as I learned how to as soon as I got my first car, I ain't walking nowhere. I'm driving. Same situation.
That's funny, bro. Um, that's funny. See, like I'm thinking about my family, and we would get, tax season, get promised Christmas in March or whatever. Um, but nothing immediately comes back. You know what I will say though? The food is always number one. You just
Yeah.
notice the quality of what you're
Oh
eating
yeah.
improves, right? You notice the amount of groceries in the house. What I've noticed now lately, I don't know if it's always been like this, but whenever there's an influx of money in my household or my family's like pockets, it used to be like you would see this bags, you would see like shopping bags, whatever, right?
All right.
But that's translated to like crab legs. Like you see, like you like walk in somewhere and there's an abundance of like crab legs at the house, and I'm like, who got paid? Like, what just happened? Like, because every now and again we'll do crab legs, and everybody has like their regular income, or whatever. But whenever there's a boost, that's what they call it. It's got a boost.
Yeah.
Um, there's an abundance of crab legs at the house, and
That's funny.
it's just funny because I'd be like, huh, okay, and I think that's why I'm so like, I guess I'm secretive when it comes to money. My granddad kind of taught me that. He was always saying like never tell people kind of how much money you have, and I'm sure that was due to his own level of paranoia or just the experience in his life. So when it comes to like me, I'm very like, I guess, secretive. So I try not to show my hand or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I
Yeah.
just find it funny. So hopefully, let me know if I got any crab leg habits or any type of what I will
Yeah.
say, equipment. I do tend to go crazy with equipment and like film equipment and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And if I have a business idea that I want to support, um, I'll do that. Like
Okay.
me and my lady was having a conversation, and we were talking about like some money this past year. She was like, "Where'd that money go? Where'd that money go?" And I couldn't like answer it because I couldn't remember where it went. And then I was like, "Oh, babe, remember that's when I was trying to do that real estate thing?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I spent $800 on some leads." She was, she was like, "What? What?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to get a competitive edge on my competitors. So I spent $800 on phone numbers, like public information. So yeah, I do my share of flossing, but it's not like the average person. Like I just blow money at random. Got a bunch
Yeah.
of domain names, just like do stuff like that.
I like that you say that, man. Since we're still on the topic of shopping and balling till you fall, ugh, you know what I'm saying? So I've been taking this I'm in school right now, man. And, I'm in this ethics class, right?
Mhm.
So funny thing about this class, bro, it really gives you a different perspective on a lot of things, a lot of stuff that we interact with. You know what I'm saying? You look through it through a different lens. Let me give you an example, sir. So my professor was all like, did you know that he was talking to me. He's like, did you know that you are one of like, you in the top 15% wealthiest person in the world? I was all like, hmm. Have you checked my bank account? I don't usually like talk about money, but I think I got some change in my pocket right now. But he was just saying, like, if you compare your wealth to somebody in a third world country, like, you're doing pretty well. Like, if you look at the cell phone device that's in your pocket, if you look at some of the, like you said, the equipment, the laptop, if you look at the car, the microwave, the stove and stuff like
Yeah.
that, things that you use on a daily would be equivalent to an emperor with 4,000 slaves back in
Oh
the day.
wow, we had to get slaves. Okay.
Hey, but that doesn't necessarily mean like black people. It could have just
Yeah,
been
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know,
During that time.
during that time. So that kind of gave me a perspective. And I used to have this need for high designer clothes, just like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always clenching on to Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren, like like they were my cousins or something. I just want to hang out with y'all. Snuggling with snuggling with polo covers. I love something I used to love, but as I gotten older, man, I started to kind of see a lot of the designer stuff. It's just, it doesn't really hold any true value.
Mm.
And as I've been in this ethics class, bro, um, they started talking about some of the clothes that we wear and how, and people in other countries, the clothes, the high designer clothes are made in these third world countries, and it's in bad conditions, low wages, things that are just inhumane for us in America. So I hate to say this, but to the audience out there, next time you see somebody rocking designer and they're just like bragging about it, just kind of tap on the shoulder, like, you know what, somebody probably would really sweat it and almost die for you to be fresh like that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely just kind of gave me a new perspective a little bit on just how, when shopping and stuff like that, man. And, you know, I just wish I would just say, like, to the youth out there that feel like, yo, I need the new J's, I need the new, what I'm saying, new whatever. Like, just be aware, man. Do some world history research and figure out the kids your age in a different country, what kind of fashion they rocking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What they
Yeah.
got going on? They trying to eat. They like, man,
Yeah.
so
Real world things to
real,
do. Yeah.
yeah, man. So definitely, man, as we're on along the lines of shopping and being fly.
Well, no, I agree with you, man. I think a lot of that boils down to perception and like gratefulness. And I think we just take so much for granted because, like you said, I think there's a lot of people who wouldn't consider a microwave, a stove, a car, a phone consider being wealthy. But when you compare it to people where it's like, yo, that's a luxury. What you have is a luxury. Um, it puts things into perspective. You know what I mean? And I think, like when I was at the mall yesterday, man, I just I didn't desire to buy anything, and I've always been like that. I've never been a consumer minded person. I
Mhm.
am in a certain sense, but when it comes to like mainstream consumerism, I don't tend to ride that wave. And this is an interesting question. So you being the fashion expert of the two of us,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
when it comes to shoes, right? What do you look for in a shoe?
First of all, what do I look for in the shoe? I look for the Nike swoosh, and I look for the Jordan emblem. That's what I look for. I look for a LeBron dunk. I look for a Kobe pass. I look for a Shaquille. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for somebody on the shoe. That's what I'm looking for, first and foremost. And then secondly, probably maybe some comfortable. Maybe the shoe to be comfy, stuff like that. But that's definitely I'm looking for somebody with $1 million check on the shoe.
That's hilarious. So is comfort does comfort trump fashion or does fashion trump comfort for you?
It just depends, man. As I've, matured, not just aged, but matured. I find myself to be a little bit more open to different styles and different shoes and like just different things like that I usually won't usually wear. just because it's more affordable, just because it's different and nobody's wearing it. So I kind of look for different things. I kind of keep my eye out for stuff like that. But um, comfort is important. But at the end of the day, man, I do like a little glitter on my feet, man.
You
I ain't gonna
sound
lie.
like you're still kind of flashy. I feel like you gave that speech, but I feel like if we open that closet behind you, your stuff look like Zamunda. You look like a lot of furs, cheetah print.
This ain't coming to America. This is coming to Texas. Coming to Texas, you gonna need you some of these right here, boy. These right here, Where you gonna have where you gold teeth at? You coming to Texas? Where you gold teeth at? Let's say where you pinky ring at, man. I'm gonna start talking like that. I can start getting real. Cause hold up, baby. Where you pinky ring at? You know what I'm talking about? Where's it at? Where you drip at?
Where you drip at?
Hey, bro. I'm learning a lot every day, man. So I don't know. I ain't gonna talk. I don't know. It's kind of in my lineage a little bit. Everybody in my family like to dress kind of snazzy, so it's just in my lineage, dog. I got a story, but I ain't even gonna share it on here. But
all right, we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah. Let's talk about that off air. What else is what else is going on, bro?
But yeah, I think when it comes to shoes for me, I'm utility first, comfort, use, and then fashion comes second. I wear the same shoes until my heels touching the ground, which is an extreme version of the other end of the spectrum. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't tend to. You said what?
You a follower of Christ.
I wear those guys' shoes.
You follow Christ with style. That's what I follow Christ. You follow Christ on Instagram. I love the style.
The flowy robes. The sandals.
The sandals.
The no money. The no money.
You're a fashion follower of Jesus Christ. That's funny.
But yeah, man. What you want to talk about next?
Sure. Let's talk about grocery shopping, bro.
Okay.
So I've been definitely changing my diet back and forth a little bit lately. I'm not really doing a pescatarian diet at the moment. I ain't gonna lie. I had some moose yesterday. I had a moose burger with a side of a brown bear burger, all on cheese and barbecue sauce. I'm not the best. I'm not the best right now. Getting back to my old ways.
That's funny.
But one of the things that I did kind of, pick up along the way on my pescatarian diet was, grocery shopping, specifically in the produce aisle. This is where you get to try on your clothes. I mean, try on your vegetables. I mean, that's what it's equivalent to. You're trying on your vegetables and your fruits and stuff like that. And I had a chance to kind of take a little personal survey, right? And I got a chance to ask a few ladies, how do they shop in the produce aisle? So I met this one young lady, and she shared with me, when it comes to avocados, she peels part of the avocado off to see that it reveals that the avocado is green or brown. And if it's green, she'll buy it. But if it's brown, she'll get rid of it. And I was all like, hold on. So you out here how many are you testing? Are you people watching you test avocados? You peeling it with a pocket knife and looking at it? Okay, this is brown. I was like, is that really a secret? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you being very wasteful with your money. And I don't know if this is just like a man versus a woman thing, but she was like, oh no, I'm cool with the produce manager. He lets me do it. I was like, really? Does he now?
Got a bunch of bad produce, good produce going bad because this lady wants some guacamole.
He's like, yeah, bro. Susan walked in. You know how gorgeous she is, bro. Yeah. She was here. You see all the avocados. And so that was avocados. And then we talked about strawberries. And she said that she smells the strawberries for freshness. Now, you typically strawberries are kind of in that container.
Yes,
So
they are.
I would be kind of frightened if I saw somebody take the strawberry out the container, smell it, that's not fresh, and put it back. I'd be like, oh no, arrest that lady, arrest Susan. I never seen that before. Grapes you can taste, strawberries, those are kind of pricey, so I just wouldn't expect you to be out here putting your nose on the strawberries. And then I was talking to another young lady, and she was saying that you can identify the difference between a young strawberry and an old strawberry. So basically, when it comes to your strawberries, the young ones are smaller, not as ripe, so they still got that pale color. The older ones are much bigger and a little bit brown and stuff like that. So I was just like, yo, that is useful for all my single brothers out there on the podcast that's watching us. Like, yo, peep game, man. Like, if you trying to score you a lady, ask her how does she shop in the produce aisle. You know what I'm saying? How does she check her I don't know, what other vegetables or fruit? How does she check her tomatoes, huh? Because I know when it comes to me, man, I typically check fruit like I'm at a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking for durability. I'm shaking it up. All right. I'm bouncing the melons. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dude in the produce aisle shooting my lemons in my basket. Olin, Stimmy. I'm doing all that on the produce aisle. I don't really do too much checking. I'm very basic. Like, can I spit it on my finger? Cool. Put it in the basket. That's how I shop. I be putting celery behind my back. Like, if you don't get who got this Harlem Globe, try to shop it in the produce aisle.
You do got the Kobe jersey on, so that makes sense. You must went to the grocery store early today.
Hey man, get this man out of here. What about you, man?
So, a couple comments on what you just said. So, first of all, I'm curious to know if COVID changes the way people like shop for produce. Because if that lady been sticking her nose this entire year in strawberries, we got bigger issues we have to talk about, right? I've always been skeptical of the grape eating in the stores. I know some people will do it and they like rub it on their shirt, eat it and stuff like that. But I've always been skeptical of fruit. If I'm being honest, I don't really know how to pick fruit. Like, I don't know how to pick good fruit from bad fruit, because you hear a bunch of stuff. People will be like, oh, get a cantaloupe, knock on it. If you hear it say what's up, that means it's good.
That means it's open for business. That means you can eat it.
Like, do we really know the difference? But like you said, between the old and the young strawberry, this strawberry is old because it got a 401k plan. You like, dude, I don't know.
401k plan.
This one got dental insurance. This gonna be this gonna go good in my pie. So, but
that's funny, bro.
But I don't know how to pick fruit. I go ahead.
My bad. I just think, like, if you a single dude out there and you trying to impress a young lady and you tell her you spotting young fruit, that's a young fruit right there. I can tell by its unripeness and its smallness. I'm sure she gonna struggle with you. Like, wow, this brother, he must have been a farmer in his past time. Farmer D. That must be him. Like, that's such a flex to me, bro.
I agree. I can see it being very useful in the dating scene or any scene where you're trying to impress a young lady. Yeah, I could see it being interesting. I was talking to this person back in the day, and she took me through the produce aisle and was showing me different ways that she picked fruit, and I was impressed. But at the same time, my pessimism kicked in, because I was like, how do we really know that you know what you're talking about? Like, how do we really know that this whole, if it's this color, it's this, like, how do we really know that you know what you're talking about? But
that's so funny.
Because I feel like people, because when you walk through the produce aisle, I see more people mimicking other shoppers than those that really know how to pick fruit. Like, you'll see somebody in there, like, she's kissing the cantaloupe. You shop a cantaloupe, you're like, I guess I kiss it too. You know what I mean?
Because certain fruits and vegetables go in season. So, like, I remember September came around. I remember it was like certain I can't remember like exactly what was popping that season, but like I guess for some of these shoppers, like if you know what's really hot, like yo, it's March. This is blooming right now. Some grapes and some plums. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just impressive to me, bro.
I
That's
agree.
just
I
really
think you
impressive.
could definitely do some damage in the produce aisle if you know your stuff.
If you know
If
your
you
stuff,
know your stuff, or if you have the confidence that you know what you're talking about, because I feel like it's all about selling the confidence to somebody else. Like, oh yeah, I know how to pick strawberries. What you do is you ask them. You ask that you get a can. You say, hey, which one of you guys are fresh?
who wants to go home?
Who wants to go home with me today?
Daddy?
You gotta seduce the fruit.
Strawberries start jumping in the basket. Dude, that is hilarious.
We having a party tonight. Who wanna come? That's how I talk to the produce aisle.
You gotta, cause you know how people with plants, they all like, you gotta talk to the plants nicely. Why can't you do that with fruit?
Play some Mozart coming
Mm-hmm.
through the aisle.
Touching those stuff. This one was real plump. What's your first name? Come in, you come home with me. You gotta seduce the fruit, man.
You gotta seduce the fruit.
Look, next time I'm in the produce aisle and I'm with a young lady, it's going down. Hey, let's walk over here. Let's go holler at these oranges. What's up, mamas? Y'all looking citrus tonight?
I feel like you about to get arrested and me too in the produce aisle. Why is he inappropriately touching on that fruit?
I'm about to act a plum fool. Da-da-da-da.
My challenge to the audience is if you know how to pick fruit, if you really know how to pick fruit, drop a comment. Let us know what we do next time in the produce aisle so we can get arrested.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That was hilarious. Funny, bro.
That's funny. Okay. All right. So there is I went out to dinner, bro. Mm-hmm. And bro, I thought I saw you at the restaurant, bro. I thought I ran into you. But it wasn't you. It was a lookalike. It was a familiar face. And when I tell you this dude looked like you, bro, he had the high cheekbones. He had the $1 million smile like you. You know what I'm saying? And he told me his name was Darius. I was like, what? What the heck? Nah, bro. Like, I want to know, like, do you get that a lot? Do people typically, because this dude looked so much like you, I was like, oh yeah, he has to be part of the same tribe as my brother. African tribe. They got captured first. They was on the coastal line picking fruit.
This is a strawberry. Oh, what you doing? Why you grabbing it? I'm just trying to pick strawberries.
They was picking strawberries next to the coastal line. They got picked up first. They was the fruit. They jumped in.
We was the fruit. We jumped in the boat with the basket. I'll go first. It's just a party. It's terrible. But
it's terrible.
It's funny.
It's terrible.
But I do get that a lot. And it irritates me a little bit in a fun way. But everybody swears I have this familiar face, familiar look. People swear that they see me all over town, all over the world, all over the country. The amount of people that send me pictures of people that look like me is hilarious. Like I don't look this. Sometimes they're way off, right? But sometimes you be like, damn, what's that?
Sometimes they way on.
Is that me? I remember one time me and Deontay was driving in his car. He had a sunroof, and we pull up to this red light, and and this Goodwill truck pulls up to the right of us, and Deontay looks up through the sunroof, and then he looks down at me, and he goes, "That dude looked like you." And then I looked up, the dude looked just like me. He had like a mole or something, but it looked like I was on the bus. So I was like,
boy, you a model, boy. You a model, man. You have a face that's everywhere.
But you know what it is too? I have a very basic fashion style. right?
Uh-huh.
Like I remember when we met, and I'm still kind of this way too, but I wore like the same like hoodie or jacket like the entire time. So anytime you saw somebody in a similar color hoodie or jacket or a hat, you just assumed it was me. Like remember that time I was wearing this for like
Yeah.
2 years straight. I just
The
wore
bub
like
hats, the
yeah.
bub hats. Boy, they used to be like, I used to introduce people. That's my partner Darius. Ooh, how old is he?
He's 47. He knows how to pick fruit. He's
Well, that boy 19, boy.
looking like looking like an instructor. I need everybody to
Boy.
write this paper. We got a soft deadline.
Now don't be fooled. This paper is a blue belt, and it will kick your butt. Almost cussed. Hold on.
Professor Franklin, not these. But yeah, man, the amount of people that say they see me, and it's funny too because Deontay sent me a picture this weekend or this week or whatever, and I had showed my lady, and she was like, "It does kind of look like you." She was like, "Yeah, I feel like I see you every time, every week. I see somebody that looks like you."
Right. Every other day is another.
but ain't nobody got my swag though. That's the
You
thing.
right.
It's only me. You know what I'm saying?
You
Nobody,
right.
you know what I'm
Because
saying?
Here's the thing. The picture that I sent you, it was really a video, and this dude was, man, he was corny times 2 plus 5 minus 5 times a million. He was corny. Oh my goodness. He's trying to be him, but he ain't him.
And I feel like for me, I have a I feel like I can fall in that corny category, like off the first look test. Like you see my
Yeah.
style,
Yeah,
you see my
yeah.
swag, he's like, oh, he look kind of corny. But then, you know what I'm saying? When I start talking to you, because I speak all these different languages inside of blackness, like
Talk to him.
I'm definitely versatile. I can go
Talk to
from
him.
the trap house to the White House. It's a very hidden talent of mine. But that's really funny, bro. That
Yeah.
people keep sending me the pictures. Keep sending the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. And to the audience out there, if you see it looking like, send it to yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to do that, audience. Just get my DM and flood it with a bunch of random black people that don't even look like me.
He look like you too.
It's like
No,
he's
he
Asian.
don't.
What are you talking about?
He's Asian. Yo, man. Let's so we've been mentioning these Kirk Franklin jokes. And I kind of want to kind of touch on that topic a little bit. So long story short, Kirk Franklin got caught cursing on camera. Basically, that's what happened. And he got a lot of backlash. A lot of people were shocked. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my man is human. But I want to take a different angle. We're not here to talk specifically about Kirk. I want to talk about internet beef. Right.
Okay.
So I'm a little older, man. So I just remember how that type of arguments, that type of disagreement happening online was just, it was different, you know. And I think when it comes to, lashing out online, man, you have a you have a battery in your back, because you're really selling a persona, and you're really getting, what I'm saying, angry, and it's all through the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? You get very, very creative with your language. You turn into a college typing, paper writing expert. I don't know, that didn't make sense, but you just get to typing. To whom this may consume. Keyboard concern. Whoever consumes this. But I think it's interesting, man. Like, I remember getting into my first internet beef. I was in the 9th grade, man, and I had a little exchange of words with a guy, and he took it to MySpace at the time. And I remember this how long ago it was. I was at my boy house on his computer, his desktop. So his desktop.
Yeah,
and it was 5
too.
It was 5 of us in the room too. So everybody's taking turns, and it was my turn, and everybody's over my shoulder, and I have a message. Yo, who sent you a message? I click on it. It's this guy, and he says, "Hey, don't make me go into your hood and beat you up," right? And I remember how like appalled I was at the time. I was like, what is, first of all, what is this? My hood? Like such a language barrier. I didn't like, usually when you get on a computer, you're talking very professional. To whom this may concern, I have a disagreement with you. I wasn't used to the aggression online. I wasn't used to that. That caught me off guard. So when I received it, I was like, what? And I didn't know how to act. I was like, at first I was like a little mad. Then I was like, hold on, do I have to worry about something? Does he know where I'm at? Then I was like, but I had my boys behind me. So they were like, oh, heck no, man, we about to get on them. So they was like, yo, say this, say that, put a period, put your quotation marks. Put respectfully.
Yours truly.
Put your name, put your title under your name. I was all like, high school freshman.
Hope to hear from you soon.
So, I just remember that, and like, I don't know, man. Like, I just remember that was kind of like that energy, man. And like, here's the thing, like, I replied to the message, and me and this guy never even clashed. Like, he never said nothing to me. I never said nothing to him. And it was that way for 4 years in high school. He never even said nothing.
Yeah, like I'm the guy. I'm the
like, no words was exchanged after that dang MySpace message. That's funny. And so I don't know. But I think as you, I think today though, man, like today it's a different level of just anger and a different level of just conflict when it comes to the internet, because you got people who were born into the internet days, phase, or whatever, and they have different ways of, I guess, because this is what they're used to, is just communicating. So when you speak ill on the internet, it means way more. And I think the difference between this generation and when I was coming up is that I was in high school when I was on the internet versus like some of the youth that's coming up, they was born into this. So it just hits more personal for them. Like, for you to say something ill on the internet, like, your reputation is really on the line. And I've seen that from time to time, man. Like, me and my sister 10 years apart, bro. And I've seen just from her and just how like a status, like this person said that, like I can't believe it. Like, they take stuff way too hard. So I just think that when it comes to internet beefs and just words and stuff like that, it's definitely progressed. It's definitely evolved. I think, like, just to kind of put a period on this whole kind of my whole statement is basically, yeah, I got into that internet beef as a freshman, but it wasn't to the point where like I didn't feel super threatened, like my reputation was on line, because it was a direct message. Yeah. It wasn't on my wall. It wasn't. Yeah, it was a direct message. That's so good. I direct messaged him back. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you look at today's beef on the internet, bro, it leads to shootouts. It leads to reputations being being humiliated. It's very public. It's very public. And I think that adds an extra layer because you already have a lot of friends online. And I just think it, psychologically, it's rough, man. What are your thoughts on internet beefs today versus in the past?
Well, this topic is interesting because I definitely can see that internet beefs have evolved because the world has become more connected, right? And we are all, most of us are consumed with like social media, following the perception, right? What's interesting too is a lot of social media is perception. It's all kind of the highlight reel of your life. So I can imagine if you're telling this narrative and somebody like makes claims that contradict with that narrative, it's like it can be inflammatory,
Mm-hmm.
right? It can be like, yo, you attacking my brand, you attacking everything
Mm.
I've built, you attacking my credibility, my respectability, all this other stuff, right? And it's like people are watching to see how you respond. And I saw these two real estate dudes um, beef with each other um, on the internet. And I don't tend to watch stuff like that, but I watched the whole thing, unfortunately. But what was interesting is at the end of it, one of the guys said, I have seen more people on my live that I haven't seen in years because word got out that they were beefing online. So everybody had flocked to this guy's particular IG live. And like you said, man, I think that stuff can be dangerous. I think, especially when you think about somebody like these young rappers and some of these just these young people and that young energy. I think we've
Yeah.
all been 19, we've all been 20, we've all been 18. We all feel like we had to make a name for ourselves. And when you take that same energy and you put it on a public platform, people are willing to do way more if they're offended in front of an audience than they would
Mm.
if it was just you and them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I feel like um that's definitely dangerous. And like you said, nowadays, these kids, this is all that they know. You know what I mean? Internet's been around for about 20 or so years, but definitely around the mid 2000s, it definitely started to gain popularity, and you saw the um, emergence of all these kind of social media platforms and stuff like that. But and that's why for me, I try to be mindful to not get too heavy into social media, and it's hard because you got people strategically trying to get you into it. But I've never been a part of an internet beef. How do you think, knowing me as well as you know me, how do you think I would handle an internet beef?
I think you would be more direct about it. I think I can see you direct messaging the opposition.
Not the op.
I can see you trying to figure out what the issue really is. Maybe figuring out if y'all could meet up, little lunch or something, or something, just to kind of get more clear and concrete of what the issue is. Just because you're so, um, you're kind of like that. Like you're very direct. You kind of want to know what's really going on. So, and you're gonna ask those questions. Like you ask very detailed questions. You know what I'm saying? So I can see your opposition coming in with that energy and leaving with a journal and some tissue because you didn't talk to all his fears and stress out. He said, "There's it really wasn't you. It was just that I'm going through this and I saw you and I just took it the wrong way and I decided to just go public with it and go IG live and say it's F Darius. But it's really not the case. You know what I'm saying? My dog is just turned 19. I don't know how long he gonna be alive. I'm going through some things. Listen, I spent all my stimmy. I'm just going through some things. I can see that being the result of some conflict with you. Like somebody I really appreciate getting into some conflict with Darius because myself has grown as a man after getting into a conflict with Darius.
You about to have everybody on the internet try to beef with me so that they can get some counseling.
They get some counseling. That's what you need to do. You want to get some counseling, you start beefing with Darius. You gonna figure out the issues. What's really first of all, let it out. Let it out. Darius needs a talk show. I'm telling you, he needs a audience similar to Oprah's audience because this guy has all the skills that Oprah has. Okay. I can see Darius with a room full of enemies. Listen, fellas, let's just be honest here. How are y'all feeling? And they'll start expressing themselves. You're like, Deontay, go to my backpack and get some journals. Get some journals and some tissue. And we're gonna come on, man. Go do that real fast. Get the people what they need. I can see that with you. So that's how I think internet beasts will happen with you. They'll walk away a better man. Walk away a better man.
I appreciate those kind words there. I agree with you in the sense that like I'm not one to engage. Like I'm not one to engage. If you rah rah rah, I'm not about to do that with you. Like I'm gonna come in a different way. I'm about to come in super opposite. And like you said, yo, get that out. What's the real deal? You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, I understand. I do a lot of that. Do a lot of okay,
Yeah,
I can understand that. That makes sense. I can
yeah.
understand your point of
I
view.
I took your girl. I understand. I took you. I see the frustration.
I can
Yeah,
understand that. You thought she was love your life. She wasn't.
she wasn't. I have a better swagger than you. I know. I know. I see the
what
frustration in your eyes.
what I want to ask you is, what is the woman of your dreams?
Right,
What
right.
is the criteria that your woman has? Right? What are the needs that she has to serve for you as a man? I'm just
Come on now. Come on. Let me first of all, let me hide
hide your girl.
let me hide my girl and my wallet. Jay's about to take everything. I'll take everything from me. Talking like that.
But no, this brings up a very interesting segue into our final topic for this episode. Um, when we were doing a pre-production meeting for the last show, you had mentioned that you kind of wanted to tap into faith a little bit.
Yeah.
So throughout the week, I was listening to different sermons, and one that I heard that really spoke to me that I want to explain to you in the audience and have a discourse about is it's called Adam's rib. And what they were saying is that when Eve was made, she was made from Adam's rib. And when you think about what a rib really protects, it protects your heart, your lungs, a lot of your vital organs. And they were talking about this idea of when you find a great woman who is your kind of Eve, the role that she plays in your life, she protects your heart, she protects your lungs, your ability to breathe. Like she's not, the air is not toxic. There's no shortness of breath when you have kind of the right woman by your side. Your heart's protected when you have the right woman by your side. And what it made me think, I was like, wow, that's very profound. And I was like, okay, well, when the man finds his Eve, like, and she's his rib, what's the man's responsibility? And, but your responsibility is to protect your rib. Like anytime you feel nervous, we start to cross our arms. We start to kind of cover our vital organs because we know if those take damage, there can be internal damage that could, you may not see on the outside, but internal damage can cause death. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, when I mentioned this idea of kind of Adam's rib and finding your Eve, what kind of comes to mind?
Hey man, that is that's a topic, man. That's a topic. A joke came to mind.
Okay, let's hit a joke.
Let's say the joke. All right. First of all, when you say Adam's rib, he must have got his stimmy. Now he's eating barbecue.
Barachi.
Adam's ribs. He had a rack of them. Protect him.
This is my Eve. This is
my Eve right here. I'm off the pescatarian diet. So that is a question. First of all, I love what you just shared with us, man. That is very powerful. The fact that, like you said, like the rib was used to make Eve, and the rib protects the heart, the vital organs, the lungs, things that help you breathe, things that help you function, that are basic, like essential organs.
Yeah.
That play such a vital role in just you being able to do what you need to do every day, man. That's so interesting. I think about, first of all, I'm kind of shocked of that comparison a little bit. Like when you think about what a woman can do for a man when she's the right one for you, like I'm thinking about, of course, be a nurturer, be a person who is, I mean, the list goes on. Everything that we know about what women provide is amazing. But just to know that, I don't know, man, that just kind of stunned me a little bit. I don't really have too many words, but like to know that they protect that part because they're coming from the rib is kind of amazing, man. I gotta think on that a little bit. I
Oh
don't
no, I
know.
mean, hey, look, we may
Oh,
have to
my
revisit
bad.
this on
That was good.
well,
All right, that was
I
good.
was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and one thing that always fascinates me is like people's list and like their criteria for a
Yeah.
spouse. And one thing that I've noticed is a lot of women in particular, I know some men have this issue too, but some women in particular are very hesitant about sharing their past with whoever it is that they're dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they feel like they might get judged. They feel like they might be misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one thing I said to this person, we were having a conversation, I said, yo, the man that's supposed to be for you, he's going to have the emotional toolbox to handle everything that you come with, right? He's not going to only be able to have his baggage and yours, but he's going to have the skill set to help you unpack your baggage. And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have the skill set to help him unpack his, because
Mm-hmm.
everything that we've gone through in our lives have prepared us with a certain skill set, like like Liam Neeson from Taken. So
Yes.
I feel like when I said that to her, you can tell it definitely it hit. It hit,
Mm.
because I think people need to hear that sometimes. Sometimes you can feel like just because the person is the opposite sex as you, that means like y'all supposed to be together and all that stuff. But it's like, no, you have to be compatible. You have to be, that person has to have the skill set that you need to make you better. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
and Yeah, man, I just think a lot of people have lists, a lot of people have criteria. But I remember years ago, early in our friendship, me and you we were sitting outside the school, and we were in the parking lot sitting on the hoods of our cars, the Bugatti and the Lambo for the real D&D fans. And and we were sitting talking about the women of our dreams, the women of our future. And what was very fascinating about that conversation is we never mentioned anything physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that we wanted were just kind of these kind of abstract aspects of a personality. And it's just cool to know, like, because when you go abstract, it opens the possibilities.
Yeah.
If everybody got to be 6 feet, got to grab 10 rebounds,
Yeah.
got to be able to have tattoos, got to, I feel like I'm describing one of our friends, but, but if everybody meets that criteria, there's so much of that I can't control. Like a lot of that
Yeah.
is genetics. A lot of that is a part of my tribe that got snatched up in Africa. You know what I mean? Like picking fruit. But a lot of that is what I can't control. But what I can't control, I've actually developed over years.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's the value that I'll add to your life. And
Can
yeah,
I
man.
say something?
Go
That was,
ahead.
first of all, that was amazing. Hey, that's why I said my man needs a show. All right, y'all see what I'm talking about? Pay attention. My man is dropping jewels, blood diamonds. I'm joking.
Blood diamonds. Not blood diamonds.
Not blood diamonds, but I think you really hitting the nail, man, because when you focus on the physical stuff and you allow that to kind of be your driving force, you kind of neglect those other personality skills, those other things, those internal values. You don't really build on them, and you kind of find yourself kind of dating the same type of people. You
Mm,
become very predictable. Oh, I
mm,
date this type. You know what I'm saying? And I think as I've gotten older, like I ain't gonna lie, like coming up, like I was like, yo, I'm looking for this. She got to be this. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I mean, everybody wants that, and depending on who you're dealing with, they may be used to that type of attention, so they don't really see the value in you because there's so much vanity because they've been told they've been beautiful their entire life. Same with dudes. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's the same reciprocated, man. You can find a fella who is known for, getting what he wants and told he's, God's gift to earth. And they just choose like people whose character is not really rich. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just really important to, you got to kind of start on yourself. I would
Mhm.
say, like, start on figuring out what you like. Start on building your own high quality skills, your own high value. So you kind of bring something to the table, you know, and you can be that extra, you can be that puzzle piece to that puzzle whenever you meet that person.
Yeah,
So, dude, I think everything you said was really well said, bro. I like it.
I
Agreed,
appreciate that.
100%.
I
That's
appreciate that. Yeah, man. I
smooth.
think I don't know, man, because I know that there's probably people that are watching this in the audience, and they might feel undervalued, and it might be something that you just have to be mindful of, right? Because you could be undervalued for a couple of different reasons. You could be undervalued because so where the reason I'm talking kind of slow is because I'm studying the stock market right now. So there's like an analogy that's happening in my brain, but I don't know. It feels too premature to try to tap into what I'm trying to say now, but I'm gonna try. But when you look at like a company's stock on the stock market, that price is determined by what other people are willing to buy that stock at. So it's so much of it is contingent on like what somebody's willing to give you for it and what somebody's
Mm-hmm.
willing to sell it for. But there's this thing called intrinsic value, which
Dude,
is
I'm
this,
learning that in my ethics class. That
yeah,
word,
you know what I'm saying? It's that's
yeah,
internal. That's this internal,
that goes along the lines of like virtue ethics and things
yeah.
like that. Dang.
So it's this intrinsic value where when you look at the what the company offers and all of its assets, all of its liabilities, there's a certain value that that company has. And if that stock price is above it or below it, you can use that intrinsic value as a barometer of when to get it. And I feel like a lot of people, when they look at like relationships, their value is determined by what other people think. Like what other
Oh
people in the
man.
past have tried to buy and sell them for, whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at your intrinsic value, when you develop your intrinsic value, right,
Mm.
you can force the price to go up, you can
Yeah.
force um your stock price to go up and stuff like that. So um that's just something I really want to challenge
Ooh.
the audience, you know what I mean, like,
Intrinsic value. Ooh,
you know what I'm
that's
saying. Like
you
really,
stirring my spirit like a cup of Kool-Aid. Boy.
like if you know what you bring to the table, man, if you know what you bring, like, don't sell your stock for less than it's worth.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Don't and to the ladies, to the guys out there that need to hear this, like, don't sell yourself for less than it's worth. Like somebody may be waiting to get you at the right time. They may be trying to time the market. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying this
Facts.
all week. So
Facts.
but but that's what I'll leave the people with on this episode.
Okay. Intrinsic value. That there, brother. Whew. See, I can't wait till we get into another fight, so you can tell me about my intrinsic value, how it's worth more than I think it is, and I'm allowing the people to anger me. And really, I needed you to be focused on my value. I need to be trying to triple my value anywhere I go. See, get into a fight with Darius. That's the hashtag fight Darius.
Please don't start that hashtag. You trying to get some internet beef started.
Internet beef fight Darius. If you trying to get your intrinsic value risen, fight Darius. But be careful because there's a lot of Darius lookalikes out here. Let's be mindful of that. Yes, let's be mindful
That
of
was the
that.
perfect callback. That was hilarious. That was funny.
Oh, bro. Oh, well, this has definitely been a unique episode that
For
I'm very
sure.
proud of. Very excited for the audience to watch this, man. Like, this is gonna be really good and really fun, man. Um, So, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have given y'all another platinum selling video banger. You feel me? We've giving y'all another Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning banger. All right. Tell Spike Lee to call me. It's the D&D experience. We out. Hasta luego.